Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Hilda DC, and she's been a dear friend for almost 5 years now. It could be 5 years, as a matter of fact. And over the last several episodes of Superchat, you can see we're actually at 842. That's real. We've done 841 live streams, and then there's a long story about one that's missing, but we'll save that for another time. What I wanted to do was introduce everybody to some of the moderators on this channel that you may not have already been introduced to, because we haven't featured them in literally hundreds of episodes. 5 years is a long time. Nobody needs me to say that, but just as a reminder, my dear goodness, have we ever been at it a long time. And I really do appreciate the literally tenacity of some of the creators willing to continue to support over all of these years. All of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. Most of them have been with us from the beginning. Either way, they've all been with us for at least a couple of years, if not 3 or 4, or like I said, 5 years. And we've got a lot of creators that otherwise would be very much deserving of wrenches and things like that. I just don't give out a lot on this channel for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's not necessary. Our moderators have been with us all this time. They care very deeply about this channel, our community, what we're doing, their fellow YouTubers, and the journey itself. So, you know, they're all extremely experienced, and I don't want everybody to have to think about moderating the whole time that we're here. Even for our moderators, I want them to enjoy the stream as much as anybody can, you know, while they're watching the chat, and we dial up that 20-minute time limit, and that kind of thing helps and everything else. But if you can imagine, I am not kidding, 5 years is a long time, and Hilda DC has been here for most of that time. And I got a few other channels that I'm going to look at. I know the Stock Explorer just gifted a membership. Thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. It's Me Alec is now a silver member, and I really do appreciate that also. They've been a member many times before. And then I'm going to try to speed things up after I get through these introductions, but we've got an overwhelming beginning here, and thank you everyone, because for a Monday I really wasn't expecting that, and I just barely sat down at the computer less than 20 minutes before we started here, so I'm somewhat frazzled while we're getting through this as well. The Solomon Project, thank you for a super chat also, and we're going to look at a few of these channels for that reason. So Izzy Pop dropped one earlier. We'll look at that channel first. We'll look at the Stock Explorer right after that. The Solomon Project will come up. Michael's Adventures redirected over from his premiere, essentially a raid, and it's the second time in a row he's done that, so I appreciate that. Angel Light Over Darkness is another friend who's been with us from the beginning, and hopefully she's still here for a few more minutes, because I know it's an extremely long wait most of the time. Thank you, by the way. It's an extremely long wait to get onto the wheel, not every day, but most days. And it's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. That's the fairest way we've found to do it over the last 5 years. We continue to grow. We're always busy, and I'm grateful for that. Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you for a super chat as well. Now, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get around to spinning the wheel like we always do. But we always also expect, pardon me, to be here for 3 hours. That is plenty of time to put lots of channels on the screen and talk about my friendships with the creators, what we know about their channels, and we'll try to slip in a few tips and tricks about YouTube if we can in the meantime or in between. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I got a lot of names. I'm going to talk about Hilda DC's content in a moment here. I've kind of butchered my introduction. But Scratch and PPA, of course, along with Just Jason Keto and more in the Stock Explorer, we're all at the top of the wheel. We're going to skip ahead to the Stock Explorer and Angel Light Over Darkness likely very soon. And thank you, Angel. She's been a dear friend. I'll talk about my friendship with her and her channel shortly. I'm guessing less than half an hour. I'll try to make it. that quick. But like I said, it's an overwhelming beginning. Now, Chef Mama Bliss, along with Home by Design with Marilyn, along with Coker Culture and Matt and Mouse, are all on the wheel, along with Crafty Witch 232 and Nanny Tam, and PK Adventure Travels was early in the door. And you'll be happy to know that my camera is now being held up by alien tape. It my 3M whatever it was that I was using before finally gave out the other day, and we were waiting for that. So we've got Alienware being put to the test right now. PK Adventure Travels is an advocate for promoting the idea of alien tape. So we'll see. It might be my new go-to adhesive, if we want to call it that. Forgive me for the not so exciting stuff, but I'm 50 years old now, so things like cameras staying where they're supposed to be are exciting things for me these days. I have Betty J. Gathers is also in the house. The Canadian Family Life, forgive me, I didn't say hello yet. They're both beloved and dedicated moderators and members. And I know we've got a lot more channels in the chat. So Kathy is here. For the life of me, I can't figure out if there's a specific way I'm supposed to pronounce that name. But you'll see it there. You'll see what I'm talking about, and it's Kathy. It's a fairly new channel in the Tuber Chat family, and I'm glad that you're back again. Vintage Style by Joe. I think I added to the wheel. I was about to. I'll do that in a second. Buying Space is here, and Buying Space just dropped a super chat as well. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and I actually have been running into them more and more lately. They're a friend of many years now, but I've been running into them especially in live streams where they do live auction sales, if that makes sense. Rushing Wind Mountain, Ruby has been with us for probably 5 years by now. Consume the Goodness. I've lost track of how long Consume the Goodness has been with us, but it's got to be a year. Well, it's well more than a year, but I think it's 2 years by now, and forgive me if it's longer than that. As well, I know Matthews Bushcraft was in the chat. They're from the Big Family Expedition. Christina Payne, forgive me, I don't think you're brand new to Tuber Chat today. I feel like I recognize that channel, but just please forgive me if I'm wrong. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities is Charlene Heal. Ace Flaw 1 is Andy. 99 Midnight Gamer YT is here with us regularly. Mr. Stephanie comes over from the Groves Bargain Emporium. Steph. Positive Crash Outs Vlogs is back again. Sean, the Great Gamer's been with us from the beginning. Super Dave 44 is somebody we see occasionally, but it's great to have you here. And the Real Martin 1998. Forgive me if I'm not mistaken that I think you are new here for the very first time today, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody. So I'm going to try to race through the first few minutes of what we're going to do here, and we're talking about Hilda DC. I mentioned the idea of a beloved and dedicated moderator. Like I said, she's been with us from the beginning. Each one of our moderators I have built my own individual friendship with, but I can tell you they all care deeply about all of the things that we're doing, their communities, those of us in the Tuber Chat channel, and what we're doing here. These streams couldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. Now, Hilda DC happens to come from New York State. She's moved around a little bit, but this creator has brought us a handful of different types of content on her channel. Always fun. A very strong-willed creator as well. But she often does cooking videos or taste test challenges. She's often bringing different types of popular items out of things like grocery stores, something that I don't get to see. I'm in Canada, so we only get about 10 or 20% of the different flavors of things that come out. You can see in her banner here, like Pop-Tarts and, Reese Puffs and these little fish crackers and things like that. We don't get all that stuff, so I'm always interested to see that. Once in a while, she takes us for an outdoor adventure or a chance to get to know her. Tributes for her family are common on the channel. And this creator's done a ton of live streaming as well. I've joined her many times, both on her channel and many others, for StreamYard panels. So she usually goes live about once a month right now, but this is the kind of creator who can go live whenever she wants, and she'll always have a flood of support coming into the chat because she's so supportive to other people. And I hope everybody will connect with Hilda DC. She's the kind of creator who will reach out if, anything is up. It doesn't have to be YouTube related, but primarily in the YouTube streets, let's just say, and all of our moderators, I can't say enough about how much they truly care. And as the host of this channel, I get to hear all the different things that everybody sees, positive, negative, everything else, so that we can all learn together and get through some of the harder times easier. The idea is that it's easier today. It doesn't feel easy, but it's easier today than it was when we started. So we just want to share our experience with everybody as well. The Supreme View, good to have you back. Thank you for coming in. And forgive me, because I know I mention a lot to creators in the chat, and then I miss what everybody says afterwards. And then, yeah, Just Jason Keto says a lot of the U.S. ingredients are banned in Canada. One thing I can tell you for sure, I have spent a lot of time in the United States. I love my time in the States. But I have my life growing up, ate a lot of Wonder Bread. Let's just say, if my mom made sandwiches for me when I was in school, I continue to eat that today. And then in the States, what I used to do is small road trips of just a few days. So I would pack a cooler full of stuff. So I'm not eating takeout food all the time. But I would make a lot of sandwiches. I don't mind eating sandwiches every day. But Wonder Bread in the United States tastes very different than it does in Canada. In my opinion, it's sweeter, but you guys could tell me if you have a different way of describing that. But it's interesting what Just Jason Keto says, and he's going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. Tibby, the racing channel, good to see you in the house. They reset and restarted their channel. Kept the stitches, good to see you here. Heavens Fire 18 is gifted a membership. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And I think I missed another super chat there. Positive Crash Outs Vlogs, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. So like I said, I'm going to put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen in order. We're going to speed things up starting right now. Then I'll get back to spinning the wheel. So I've got a couple channels still to look at, which is Angel Light Over Darkness and Michael's Adventures. They'll be the first two channels that we look at after we get through our super chatters and membership gifters. But like I said, we've got now still over 2.5 hours to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. The magic in this channel, for anybody that is fairly new, is in the conversations that happen, the connections that you make in the chat, if that makes any sense. And the best advice I can give to everybody is to make the first move. Reach out to other creators doing all the things you wish they would do for you, knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing for you afterwards. And right away, Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Izzy Pop, I don't know what's going on with your channel right now. I think I noticed pardon me, I was whining and complaining about this the other day, an algorithm change again that's changed the search results, because all of a sudden over the last few weeks we got a few creators that are just not coming up #1, or I'm having trouble finding them and having to go through a bit of a rigmarole, if that's what we call it, to get these channels up. So Izzy Pop is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, so I dropped a link there so everybody can get to them right away. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We are really moving, so thank you everybody for that. Troy Sutton is in the house. Peace and Cues is back. Yeah, I like other bread better than Wonder Bread now, Peace and Cues. I really like Italian bread. I don't know if it's really Italian, the stuff that I'm eating out of the grocery store, which is, what's it called, Villaggio or Di Italiano or something like that. But I do love bread. I'm a sucker for bread like a lot of people. The Supreme View, forgive me, I know you're a member. I'm going to put you on the wheel right now with Blessed to Crochet. And Izzy Pop is with the channel we're going to talk about right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Keto Simple, good to see you in the house. Scotty J Travels is also here. And when we look at what Izzy Pop is bringing to us, they've always been known for these elaborate banners as well as thumbnails and avatars on their channel. It's something that we notice right away that makes the channel outstanding. I see I'm behind with a few videos here. I must have not added one the other day when we were on, so forgive me for that, but I've got the latest one. Now this looks a little bit different here actually, but a lot of times what they're doing is bringing us interesting animations and these outstanding thumbnails, like I was talking about, and interesting music to go along with it. On their About section, they let us know they're going to talk about digital design. And they're going to give us an idea of some of the tools that are out there so that we can make our own, hopefully, outstanding banners, avatars, thumbnails. They've done, I don't know how many banners. I asked the other day, and then I asked questions, and then I never am able to look at the chat to see what everybody responds with. So forgive me for that. But Izzy Pop's done banners for we don't know how many channels by now. So that's something to think about, right? Sometimes we have creators that reach out. Often I will get a message from somebody asking about graphic design and things like that, or video editing and things. One of the things we can all think about for anybody that's looking to monetize in another way or literally just make some money is not everybody enjoys every aspect of YouTube. Some people don't like video editing. Some people don't even like filming. Some people don't like doing thumbnails, and some people don't like doing hashtags and tags and descriptions and the SEO stuff and social media. So there's opportunity there to either trade favors or get paid to do that stuff. You don't even have to go through the platforms like Fiverr if you don't want to. You can directly reach out to creators. But half of my full-time gig for many years was doing all the things that I'm talking about for other creators. So it shows you how much money is really out there as an idea. And then Red Lipstick Vibes, good to have you back in the house. Yes, shouldn't eat any bread. I should have cut out bread like 10 years ago, but I'm probably never going to. I eat sandwiches every day now, as a matter of fact. That's another long story. I feel like I've missed something else in the chat or another channel. I don't mean to miss anybody. Rockin' Keto Amy just dropped a super chat. Thank you for that. I'm going to put your channel up right after Heaven's Fire 18. And then Rockin' Keto Amy says they don't like YouTube at all. They just like the content that they're making, like the idea of helping people. Cruising is fun anytime is Jeremy and Cheryl. Good to see you in the house. Now, forgive me, Izzy Pop. So, like I said, is going to talk to us about digital design. There's lots of examples on their channel. I often talk about this one particular thumbnail. Looks like an Easter thing to me, like a bunny, but just gorgeous. And a lot of the design that they've done over the last couple of years has just been outstanding. It's the best word I can use to describe it. You can see for yourself, but my dear goodness, do these thumbnails ever pop. So if you catch Izzy Pop, you're also going to find, first of all, shorts, like I was about to say, getting into over 1,000 views now, but live streams as well, and they're live every few days, and the conversation can go anywhere once they get started, but they have a vibrant audience and community that participates in the chat, whatever the discussion turns to. And Buying Space, thank you for another super chat. They're actually wanting to promote the Groves Bargain Emporium. Steph, who's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and somebody who always has kind things to say whenever I get into their live stream, like most people do. I always appreciate that. Nasha Antoinette, good to see you in the house as well. Oh, and then Rockin' Keto Amy wanted me specifically to talk about Keto Simple, their channel. Lots of creators do this, where and I don't want to encourage it or entice this kind of thing. Super chats and memberships are absolutely unnecessary, always. Everybody can see this channel's doing fine, but I do appreciate it. But sometimes we see creators drop a super chat for another channel, and of course I'm going to honor those as well. We'll look at both when we get there. Oh, that's interesting, Just Jason Keto. I hope everybody reads this comment, because that's an important idea. Social media changes, right? TikTok changed the game for everybody. You used to have like 1 million followers to get any traction on any platform, and then TikTok changed it so the followers don't matter. The content is what's supposed to bring in the views.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
If anybody needs me to elaborate on any of the things I say, because I know I'm speaking very fast, I'm jumping around quickly, just please let me know in the chat. You can drop 3 thumbs up. That should get our attention, me or the moderators, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow, and I'll try to address anything anybody's thinking about. It's me, Alec. Forgive me, I didn't put you on the wheel yet. I'm going to do that right this second. We're looking at the Stock Explorer, who gifted a membership. This is Nora, another creator who's been with us for close to that 5 years. It might be 5 years now. The Stock Explorer started, and we've watched this channel not just grow, but evolve. And thank you, Izzy Pop, again. Forgive me, I know I'm racing today, but thank you for another super chat. They've done that kind of thing a million times. I counted the other day, it was 1 million. And I really do appreciate that. And then, just quickly, Rockin' Keto Amy's asking a question. Does it benefit to have someone watch your playlist if you're not monetized? Yes, absolutely, because this is how we build up the watch hours. But it also helps with retention, because if somebody's watching or running a playlist of your videos, they're watching or running every video from beginning to end. So you can imagine that that is helping the algorithm in a handful of ways, not to mention binge watching a handful of content all at once. And then thank you, Butler Family Farm, for a super chat as well. They're live in another just over an hour from now, pardon me. And about every 3 weeks I crash into them. I discovered today that 5 o'clock Eastern, which is it's almost 5:30 now, is too early. I'm not going to be able to do it. If I have a extended day like today, I won't make it, so I'll have to cut those back to 6 o'clock again. So Blaz, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then the Stock Explorer, pardon me. So this is Nora, and like I said, their channels evolved over the years. So they started with stocks and a little bit of crypto, and they continue that today. It could be in videos, it could be in community posts. They actually do a lot for their community with members only posts when it comes to their own personal trades, but they're very forthcoming about their own portfolio and all the stock trades that they make. As well, they've often got product in hand, and it's interesting to go back and look at some of these videos where they talk about Tesla or Nvidia. We know how far those companies have come in the last couple of years. Now, the Stock Explorer has always had a little bit of variety, but over the last couple of years, they also added lottery ticket scratching onto the channel, and they do that all the time. They've got a series here called Scratching with Strangers, and this is where they literally meet people for the first time, scratch lottery tickets with them, and then there's interesting stories that come along with these videos, of course. When we look at shorts on the Stock Explorer's channel, we see pure variety here. They're doing what a lot of people are doing in the Tuber Chat family, regardless of category or niche, bringing pure variety into the shorts videos, but they've gotten into almost 3,000 views, over 4,000 views, and one of them over 14,000. We know that that one still gets views. Mona, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Chef Mama Bliss, I hope I said hello earlier. I did get you on the wheel. And New Horizons Above and Beyond is in the house. They're with us just about every day. I know not everybody can be, but I certainly appreciate it. And then live streams when we look at the Stock Explorer. Nora's live well, I shouldn't say occasionally, frequently. Frequently they're live. They just don't have a schedule. So they're on usually every 3 days or so. And once in a while, they'll do a StreamYard panel just with friendly conversation. I've joined them on their channel. We talked for a couple of hours about YouTube. Anybody could go and search that out, of course. But they've got a lot of guests that join them. They could be talking stocks and crypto. They could have charts and graphs behind them, or they could be doing some lottery ticket scratch battling with other channels. And collaborating is a great way to grow your channel really quickly. Every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab a handful of new subscribers. Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. When we look at the Stock Explorer's front page, we know that they've got a second channel called Tropical Buzz. And this creator from Florida is going to help us understand about plant life. They're going to educate us, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They post here occasionally, but they're now over 300 subscribers. So we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 400 we know that Nora's going to be thinking about on this channel. So that's the Stock Explorer with 2 different channels, and now we're going to look at the Solomon Project.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
There's not much more that somebody could do to promote a channel or promote their enjoyment by literally saying I love it here. So thank you for that, Chef Mama Bliss, a literally official member of the channel for over 4 years. And still saying kind things like that, so I appreciate that. Chef Mama Bliss is not only talented, but shares that talent by educating others as well, outside of YouTube and everything else, as well as their content here. We'll talk about their channel soon enough. The Solomon Project is up on the screen right now. This is a channel that's almost brand new. We've had them up on the screen once before, but I see they've got a few more videos. I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put this on my catch-up list. That's a special playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. I'm still learning about the channel, but they've got quite a bit of information on their About section here for everybody to read. They've got shorts on the channel as well. They've gotten into 1,800 views and one at 18,000 views, so that's interesting to see. And then live streams as well. They were live yesterday. They seem to be live once or twice a week on average. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, so hopefully we'll catch them soon enough. And we know they're working on 300 subscribers, so hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone today. The Stock Explorer, thank you again for a gifted membership. I really do appreciate that. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. The Stock Explorer has done that countless times before. The Solomon Project dropped a super chat as well, and Greenland Quilter Katie is coming up for the same reason.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
When we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, this channel came into the Tuber Chat family, and we know that the word quilting quilter in the name is going to tell us there's going to be quilting here. When she first started coming into the Tuber Chat channel, and it's got to be a couple of years by now, I can't remember. Maybe it's just a year. Yeah, forgive me. I do this to people all the time. Just about a year ago. And when she came in, I was watching all these videos that were these on the water views around Greenland that bring us glaciers and icebergs and mountain views, and obviously it's beautiful. And I looked at some of the thumbnails and thought they must be cutting these out of their live streams, but no, they've actually got a podcast going on. Over Christmas, they added some different types of videos bringing us shopping, and then when we look at shorts on this channel, we get more of a look around Greenland in little bite-sized videos here. But some of these have gotten into 2,900, 3,100 views and beyond. Then live streams, so they're live frequently, and as we can see, they've got one coming up in a few days, and they're usually live 2 or 3 times a week. And they've got a StreamYard panel full of friends that come to create and talk together. So hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie. We've got a lot of friends that either do quilting or have quilting channels. Mona Did What comes to mind. Of course, she's gifting a membership right now and dropping a super chat as well. So thank you for those. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and she's done that kind of thing countless times before. Mona Did What over the years has sent us a lot of friends, and I really do appreciate that, because I'll bet you Mona Did What can come in here on any live stream. We're on 3 times a week, and she'll find somebody that she sent over here. I'll bet somebody from her community. which is cool. So I hope everybody will connect with Mona Did What, because you get an idea of the kind of promoting that they do in between their creating. And then, yes, pizza. Pizza is definitely a favorite. We talk about it more often than you would imagine here in our live streams. I would like to think that lasagna is my favorite food, but I've had a lot more pizza and I think about it all the time. Buying space is coming up right now. Thank you again, Greenland Quilter Katie, for the super chat. Buying space did the same thing. They've both done that countless times before. Now, I know it's taking a while today. This is a really overwhelming beginning that I wasn't expecting. So thank you, everyone. But we still have almost 2.5 hours to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Still going to be a little while from now, but I will get to spinning the wheel, and it's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream for the names that I'm going to add to the wheel shortly.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
When I run into buying space lately, which is frequently, at least once a week, if not a couple times a week, I'm running into them supporting other people. They're in other people's live streams, and usually in live auction style sales. And we've got a few channels now here in the Tuber Chat family that do that kind of thing. And then we've got other creators that add it into their content. So Buying Space is here with almost 1,400 subscribers. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. It looks like a Happy Meal, pardon me, video or something that they just purchased. You can see there's a lot of variety on their channel. When we get into shorts over here, more variety brings us into 2,400, 3,100 views, one over 5,000, which is great to see. And then live streams as well. So they were on today. Yeah, they're on a few times a week. So hopefully everybody will, we always put the notification bells on for every single channel, but then hopefully everybody will catch Buying Space for one of these live streams soon enough. And thank you again for another super chat. Like I said, they've done that countless times before. And Mona Did What? Thank you for keeping that membership going. They've been a member many, many, many times before. I certainly do appreciate that. CNS Travel is also a member. I'm just going to get them onto the wheel right this second. And then we're going to get Positive Crash Outs vlogs ready to go because they also dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. What I'm going to do right now, we're going to go for a break for 3.5 minutes. Everybody can grab a drink, rest your voice if you need to. I'll do the same. And then we'll come right back. Right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from our interview series. These are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. Extremely informative because all of the creators that are featured in this interview series, they've all been friends of ours for many years. They're still with us today, but they've been through all the things we're going through, and that continues. The only exception is the fact that they've all long passed 10,000 subscribers.
One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently.
Okay.
Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Mid-Journey. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right. Yeah.
And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Superchat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun. And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this.
right, we're just about back, and I know things today are looking a little intimidating, and what I'm talking about is that is a very full wheel, and we're just barely not even an hour into the stream. But now I really do appreciate that, everybody being here, especially because Mondays were not our most busy day, like for a long time. We never really know. It's always busy, but sometimes it's overwhelming. We still got well over 2 hours to go. It's lots of time to look at lots of channels. And shortly, probably within the next break or the one after that, I will start to clean up the wheel a little bit, take a few names off, just because I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream. Members and moderators will always be re-added to the wheel if they're here. I know not everybody can chat the whole time either, so we'll add them back if I happen to take them off. But what that does is, for people who can't stay, then it opens things up so that we can get to a few channels that have the time to stay, you know, and want to like support in that way. More so than we otherwise could have gotten to, if that makes any sense. So that's just an idea. 3 Cheese and Me, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And the Inappropriate Quilter, Zaza, good to see you in the house. I love names like that. Not everybody in the world appreciates sarcasm as much as me, but I promise you it is like my favorite kind of comedy. Positive Crash Outs Vlogs is up on the screen right now. This is another channel that I'm still getting to know. What I like about what I've seen so far on their About section is the idea that they say the space is all about spreading good energy, empowering quotes, and feel-good moments. And you can continue to read, but I love when people are using their powers for good as opposed to evil, even if it's the idea of just putting positive energy out into the world or the universe. So Positive Crash Outs Vlog is a channel I'm looking forward to getting to know. I'm just going to grab the latest video here, put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up or get, keep caught up or get caught up with channels. I use playlists for that all the time. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 800 views, 900 views. They've got a couple here at 1200, 1100. I think those are going to take over as some newer ones. And then live streams. They've been live a couple of times already. We've got notification bells on for giving ourselves the best chance to catch each other live, if that makes any sense. It's really in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. And then Mona did what? Is dropping another super chat. I've lost track of how many she's done already today, and I really do appreciate that. So that we will look at the Inappropriate Quilter Zaza. So we'll look at that channel right after Kept in Stitches. And then again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So, thank you, Positive Crash Outs Vlogs, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. And we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So, Keto Simple is coming up now because Rockin' Keto Amy dropped a super chat so we would look at their channel. And forgive me because I'm doing things out of order. I missed Heaven's Fire 18. We'll put that channel up right after Rockin' Keto Amy because they gifted a membership as well, and I don't want to miss that kind of thing. Keto Simple is coming up right now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Well, the Inappropriate Quilter says they have no content yet, but that's okay. We'll just take a quick look, Ben, and hopefully what we'll do is get you a few subscribers today so that you have a little bit of a head start. And then when you are ready to start dropping content, there will be a lot of people ready to catch that from you. Keto Simple is a brand new channel. So we're going to talk about them in a quick second. I know that Tim Mitchell is gifting a handful of memberships again. They've done that countless times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm sure all the recipients will be happy to have them. What you'll find about notifications for gifted memberships is they're so great that we often see creators come into the chat after they get a notification of a gifted membership. Computer Chick Productions picked up one of those. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now, and Tim Mitchell will come up right after High Bear Nation. I may not have said anything about that. I think they dropped a super chat while we were in our break, but I keep a list here. Hopefully I'm not too far out of order. Keto Simple is brand new. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, even though we've heard of this channel before. What I'm going to do, though, is take your latest video, and I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And thank you again, Rockin' Keto Amy, for dropping a super chat so that we would look at that channel. I'll just show you as an example how your YouTube channel and your YouTube community is going to start to spider out, right? So all of us put content on YouTube and we draw in viewers randomly, which is great. And some of them become subscribers, our channels grow, and that's wonderful. But when you come to a place like Superchat, and there's others, but this is, you know, obviously we try to do things in a unique way, places where you can meet new friends, new channel owners that will become a part of your family. Friendships really is what we're after here. The idea is that when you make friends with people, you'll probably start trading favors and find yourself favoring your friends. They will favor you, and you'll have people there to catch all of your content when it first comes out, if that makes any sense. And what I mean by that is it makes a strong and solid foundation for your channel. So let's imagine that you're lucky enough to meet some of the generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here, like Tim Mitchell, like High Bear Nation, like Mona Did What. So what I often find happens is that creators get monetized and then they slow down the search for new friendships. But there could be a new great friend right around the corner. So I hope that you will continue. It depends on what you want out of YouTube. I really just want everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. That's the truth. But I also know that for 99% of us, we're thinking about monetization. When we think about that kind of thing, there's lots of ways to monetize, but your channel needs that strong, solid foundation where you're going to start to have more friends that are sending you more friends. So Just Jason Keto happens to be a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. Through our friendship, through his connection to the Tuber Chat community, he sent over Rockin' Keto Amy as a friend. Rockin' Keto Amy perhaps sent over Keto Simple. I can't remember 100% where every single channel comes from, but you get what I'm saying. So you never know when the next friend is going to be coming into your channel that in the future is going to keep sending you more and more people. So I hope everybody just takes that to heart, because I promise you it doesn't stop. You will meet new friends. If you've been with Tuber Chat for any amount of time, you hear new people that we've been talking about now for a couple of months that were not here 3 years ago. They just hadn't found us yet, or they weren't on YouTube yet. And you see what I mean? It continues more and more. This is why this channel continues to grow, and I wish for everybody to have that for their own channel, if that makes sense. Beast the Rapper, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming back in. Try not to get into too much story time. Stock Explorer has to be laughing. I shouldn't joke about it, but thank God today was a double monster day, right? I know they said they can tell. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Nisa Faraway is also in the chat. When we look at Rockin' Keto Amy, we see somebody who's going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. Are they live right now? Did you make that avatar, or are you actually... Ah, that's funny. They made a very clickable avatar on their channel. I didn't realize that you'd done that, but you had me for a second. Rockin' Keto Amy's going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, a lot of recipes on the channel, and I believe collaborations. This looks like a great title for a video. We'll have to see how it plays out, but a lot of times you see people who are doing healthy eating, healthy living, or fitness and things like that, and they'll often say like what I eat in a day, or what I ate on vacation might be a good idea. So I'm going to put that video into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with this channel. And there, for anybody that's thinking about Taco Tuesday tomorrow, here's Easy Taco Pizza as well. So we talk about pizza all the time, and I promise you we have tacos in my family and in my household as often as anybody. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 500 and 700 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. I'm not sure if I've caught, yeah, I did. I guess I caught you a couple months ago. Hopefully I'll catch you again soon, but we got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and hopefully catching each other as often as possible as well. So Rocking Keto Amy, thank you for the super chat to give us a chance to get connected to Keto Simple. And I know John H. Shelton is here from the UK. He's been a dear friend, probably for 5 years as well.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
It's something I've never learned to cook yet, is ribs, in my whole life ever. I don't cook nearly as much as I should. I can make a few things. I can cook to save my life, but I don't do anything spectacular. But I know ribs are something that is very much loved by lots of people. And Crystal Sparkle, I see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to get her onto the wheel right away. She's another beloved and dedicated member and a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Heaven's Fire 18 gifted a membership not too long ago. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So when we look at Heaven's Fire 18, they're starting to expand their content, but I see that they're doing something here. A bad day of fishing is better than a good day of work. I can see how people might think that. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. They got a lot of furry friends on this channel, and when you read from their About section, you'll get an idea of what that's all about. Not to mention positivity, of course, which I mentioned before, but I'm always happy to see. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,000 views, 1,900 on one. You get more of an idea of what's happening on this channel when I dig through the thumbnails there. Live streams on the channel. It's already been 6 months. I can't believe sometimes, and I complain about this all the time, but why is it that I can catch some creators every day, and then there's some creators that I can't catch for months, right? That's the YouTube algorithm or recommendation engine at work. So some of the time we got to think about looking at our notifications or keeping in mind. I keep a lot of lists, actually. I keep statistics, and Streamlabs does a great job of keeping that. Nightbot can do a decent job of keeping track of people coming through your chat if you look at the chat logs and things like that. Heaven's Fire 18, but thank you for the gifted membership. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And like I said, we always look at super chatters and membership gifters as soon as those things happen. So hopefully everybody will connect with Heaven's Fire 18. We'd love to push them towards the 200 subscribers we know that they're thinking about. And then I'm going to have to look through my... Buying Space also dropped a super chat for the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph. We looked at Buying Space already, but the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I think I caught them live last night, if I'm not mistaken. They're live just about every day, but yeah, there it is. So they're live now, and they were live yesterday. And they do live auction style sales. That's what I was talking about earlier. We've got quite a few channels that either do that or creators that do a little bit of it on their channels as well. And it's a new kind, it's not new, but it's another kind of, we use the word platform interchangeably, where things are becoming very popular. And what I mean by that is, like, some of us have heard of an app called Whatnot. That app is strictly for live auction sales. So it's interesting to see how that stuff is evolving, but we got friends who've been doing it for years already on YouTube, and it's great to see that continuing as well. It could be very fast-paced and high energy at times, as a matter of fact. So the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph, hopefully everybody will connect with. They're working on 500 subscribers. This is what got me on Rockin' Keto Amy's channel, because they made a special avatar that looked like it was live, like what Steph's got going on here, because they actually are live right this second. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 500 and won over 900 views. And they've got a lot of variety in their shorts videos, and then their regular videos, they're experimenting with a few different ideas and promoting the live streams as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And thank you, Buying Space, for giving us a chance to have a look at that channel.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Just to show you, so that's it. Yes, whatnot. I just wanted to reiterate. Yeah, Chef Mama Bliss. So it's a live, obviously it's an app, vertical, right? Like TikTok kind of style, where it's just meant for that. But they've got like a swiping button, and you get kicked off if you try bidding on something and don't buy it and everything. But you get an idea of what that is. But like I said, a lot of our friends have been doing this on YouTube for a long, long time. And very similar, obviously. They're putting items on the screen you can bid right then and there. Crystal Sparkle, a huge fan of Christmas. I know that. She was looking forward to all the Vlogmas content that was coming out in December, and she says she just found a brand new Christmas channel posting Christmas stuff. Els Endeavors, good to see you here. California Ford 44, not sure if I said hello already, but it's good to have you here. And then Beast the Rapper, forgive me if that was a question for me. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. But just please let me know if you don't mind rewording the question. If it's not for me, don't worry. Butler Family Farm is up on the screen right now. And thank you again, Buying Space, Rockin' Keto Amy, for those super chats. Butler Family Farm did the same thing. They're going live shortly. About 45 minutes from now, they're going to be live. This is 116 acres of farmland, right? And I group a lot of channels together, or genres, into the homesteading idea. That could be farming, ranching, gardening. I start to talk about camping, fishing, hiking, other outdoor type channels, because we see similar content. So Butler Family Farm brings us all around the property. They show us everything it takes to look after 116 acres of farmland. They bring us into their home. Jerry brings us into the shop, and they've got a lot of livestock to keep track of here as well. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, and maybe soon koi. They're working on that right now. They've got a review here for anybody with a cat. You might want to see that. I'm going to put that video into my catch-up list, and that's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. They post frequently. Jerry and Susan share the camera work here, and they show us, not only they give us a look into their life, but also on the farm. Like I said, they connect with a lot of other creators in meetups, both large and small, sometimes 80 channels worth of creators and supporters, but they're frequently meeting up with 4 or 5 people at a time as well. Butler Family Farm has gotten into 10,000, 12,000, one shorts video over 53,000, which is great to see. And then they're live every week, Monday at 6:45 Eastern. And you can see I've caught them many times. I've actually joined them on their channel a couple of times. Sometimes it's Jerry and Susan just giving us a chance to get to know them. They frequently live stream from the meetups when they go, especially the larger ones, so there's lots of that. They do a lot of StreamYard panels on the channel as well, so you're guaranteed to meet new friends every time you're there, and obviously generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. I know they say that all the time, but it's absolutely true when we talk about these creators. I didn't realize Mona Did What took over our Stream Boss position. That's that video game life meter under my camera here, and every Super Chat membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss. The last person to knock it out and take over over, get some extra exposure for their channel. Together We Travel, good to see you here. Jeremy D-Day is also in the house. Mona Did What? Yeah, those meetups look incredible. I likely won't be going anywhere for meetups and things like that, at least not in the United States. I've had a few meetups actually with Just Chasing Keto, Rambling with the Brooms, and a few other people. Kristen Welton, of course, is always with me, and then Brampton Gardner. And we might do a little bit more of that, but it's probably going to be a long while. I'm guessing a year from now before I could get across the border again. I got a new full-time gig and there's no vacation time for the first year. But as soon as I can, I'm hoping to start getting over there and visiting some friends. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is in the house. They're never too far behind Tim Mitchell. We're going to look at Tim Mitchell's channel soon because they gifted a handful of memberships earlier. And I know I keep saying it, but we always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. That's why we're looking at Butler Family Farm right now. And Mona Did What dropped a handful of Super Chats there. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. She's done that kind of thing a zillion times before, and she actually has given us a chance now to look at Kept in Stitches. So this is another brand new channel, and I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take this latest video and I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after live stream today, I will go through my watch later list and I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And Missouri Outlaw, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support from a creator named Randy. And we'll have that channel to look at right after Tim Mitchell. And oh, John H. Shelton, The Vlogging Life, actually dropped a super chat as well. I must have missed that one completely. He's been another dear friend for probably 5 years. He literally supports every channel that I touch. We'll look at his channel right before Missouri Outlaw. And let's look now at the inappropriate quilter, pardon me, Zaza. And that is another super chat that was sent from Mona Did What. We're going to look at Hibernation shortly. Let's have a look and see if we can find this channel. Not easily. Let me see if I can find them in the chat. I gotta grab their link, I think. If they happen to still be here. So the inappropriate quilter Zaza, just please let me know if you're still in the house. I'll take just another second to look and see if I can grab the link from my other window in the chat here. I got it. And I'll drop that link for everybody in the chat. So this is a brand new channel, and they've actually let us know that they don't have any content yet, but that's okay. What we want to do is make sure that we give this channel a head start then. All I can do is subscribe. Yeah, they've got, I see, they've got community posts here, so I see what they're doing here. But we'll be ready for them when they do start posting content. They've already got over 100 subscribers, so that's an incredible head start. I know a lot of people here, including myself, would wish we had 100 to start with. I won't get into long story time, but I promise you the very first channel that I started to run 8 years ago took 6 months to get the first 100 subscribers. So we've obviously come a long way since then. And then I don't know if I understand what those are, Crystal Sparkle. I'm reading your comment in the chat. Arts and crafts is an idea that is good for, in my opinion, everybody, because you're literally like creating while you're creating, right? Lots of people come to see any kind of creative crafting and making of just about anything. People are always curious how things are made, right? Even if it's artistic or crafty and things like that. But I'll be interested to see what you're talking about there. And I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So Mona Did What dropped a handful of super chats again, and I really do appreciate that. She's done that kind of thing a zillion times before. Like I said, she's our stream boss right now, and she's been the stream boss many times before. She's closing in, my dear goodness, almost halfway to 10,000 subscribers, so she'll likely have that soon. But, you know, I mentioned it before, Mona Did What's been a friend for, I've lost track of how many years. It's got to be 3, if not 4, and forgive me if it's not longer than that, but she has sent over a lot of friends, and that continues today, and I really do appreciate that, because word of mouth is still, you know, seems the #1 way that you can get loyal and dedicated supporters to come to your YouTube channel. Over and above everything else, if that makes any sense. I know we do social media and everything, but having somebody say kind things about you and say, hey, you got to go see this channel is just fantastic. There's The Source. They're doing a lot of that, actually. They've sent over a good handful of friends, if not more, lately. The Source is a member. I've got them on the wheel. Mona Did What is monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Now, they're going to bring us a lot of quilting, and what I was taken away with this channel more than anything else is the idea. Mona Did What, when you dig through her thumbnails, you see she's always smiling, she's always laughing, she's got tons of friends that come on the StreamYard panels and things like that, but she helps us avoid some of the mistakes we might make when we're quilting. I say we, even though I haven't done any quilting, but you know what I mean. And then she shows us how to fix mistakes when we do make them when we're quilting, and I think that's really cool. And I was interested to see the equipment that she's got as well, because I haven't seen that kind of thing before, where, you know, technology has come a long way in every industry, but even when it comes to sewing and quilting and all the other creative and crafty things we can do with either materials or fabrics and everything else. So shorts on this channel have gotten into 8,000, 10,000, 15,000 views. There's a little bit more variety on the channel through the shorts videos, and lots of live streaming. So she's got a few streams ready to go. She was live earlier today. I caught her yesterday. And then she's got a couple set up for about a week from now. So I'm unsure if she's going to do any before that, but she's live frequently, and, you know, lots of familiar faces now. And I'm happy to see a lot of these creators now in the Tuber Chat family, and I really do appreciate the friends you've been sending over. Mona Did What. And thank you for the super chats. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm sure those creators are happy to have their channels up, and High Bear Nation is coming up for the same reason right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
What I think is fascinating now, I don't know well enough what I'm talking about, so forgive me, and anybody can feel free to correct me if you've seen what I'm talking about. But my understanding is there might be collaborations happening between some of the quilters right now, and I mean YouTube quilters, that are sending each other squares so that they can all be put together into a massive collaborative quilt, which I think is the greatest thing. Sometimes, you know, quilts look really nice when they're traditional, only a couple of colors, very traditional patterns and things like that. But I think that quilts can look beautiful when they're a jumble of meaningful things from, it doesn't have to be from different people, it could be from one person, but we see this kind of creativity in a lot of different types of things. I remember the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch did a video where they were talking about their Christmas tree, and they were literally going through every ornament on the tree, telling a story about where it came from and the meaning behind it. My family did the same thing. We had meaningful ornaments on our trees growing up, and I remember those things. I had one of my grandmothers did this interesting thing. Kristen gave me a Father's Day card yesterday. Isn't that very sweet and nice? And what my grandmother used to do is take all of the Christmas cards or birthday cards or whatever they might be, and she would cut them out into circles, and then she put all these circles together and then laminate the front and back and make placemats for the table. So when it was Christmas, not only did we have something, we're not going to spill everything all over the tablecloth, but it's something meaningful from all the cards that people had given each other over the years and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool. But you see what I mean? So when we think about the idea of quilting, I hope I'm right about that collaboration and what people are doing, getting a lot of squares together from different creators and then making a big, huge, massive, amazing, beautiful, colorful quilt, if that makes sense. Hi Bear Nation is up on the screen right now. This is a creator we've actually known for a long time as Grismatically Clever. So they've reset their name on their channel, and we're just getting caught up with what they're doing here with their content. But I'm going to reach out to their About section here, if that makes any sense. And we can see what they expect to bring us: captivating dance and music videos. And then they'll have a lot of interesting beats on the channel, true crime stories as well. So quite an interesting mix of content. And then they've got some shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 700, 800, and on the way towards 900 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they were live last week. We'll see if they're going to do another one soon. I know I say it a million times, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. And forgive me, I accidentally spun the wheel there. So Vintage Style by Joe is coming up on the wheel. It's still going to be quite a while, but I will make that the first channel that we look at before I spin the wheel again, if I don't make another mistake, because I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. She'll come up right after Angel Light Over Darkness, so I'm going to talk about quickly, as well as Michael's adventures very soon. Right now, Tim Mitchell is coming up. So thank you again, Hi Bear Nation, for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships. We're going to look at his channels right now.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Now, as long as the chatbots are working, which they usually are, then a link is dropped every time somebody gifts a membership or drops a super chat. So Tim Mitchell's link would have been dropped a while back, but I'm going to drop it again right now if I can. Hopefully he's still here. Yeah, there he is. I don't know why it's not coming up. This is another frustration. You see in those search results, I insist, and I could be wrong, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Tim Mitchell was coming up for me because I'm subscribed to the channel, and all of a sudden it seems to have disappeared in the search results. So that's YouTube playing games with us again. And Nisa Faraway just dropped a super chat as well. So we're going to look at their channel right after Missouri Outlaw. I've still got a small list here, but we're getting through it. And then the source, my full-time gig is a Monday to Friday thing, and I would usually say 9 to 5, but I can actually start much earlier, which I prefer to. So I'm actually in the 5 a.m. club now for about a month. I've been up at 5 a.m. almost every day. I slept in this weekend, but the rest of the time I'm on it and hoping to be early so that I don't have to be out until 5 o'clock every day. I could literally be home for dinner. But we'll see. But thank you for asking. So I'm going to try to keep up the every 3 days, but I think I'm going to move these streams to 6 p.m. Eastern instead of 5 because I almost didn't make it today. Aunt June and Uncle Brady, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Mona did what? The more popular a name is, the harder it is to find. Savannah Mills, good to have you back in the house as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Tim Mitchell is actually responsible for a few different channels. So he's here with us for every stream since finding us just a few months ago, and I really do appreciate that alone. But he's also gifted a handful of memberships and then that kind of thing, a handful of different pardon me, a countless number of different times since finding the Tuber Chat channel, so I appreciate that as well. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. Now, Tim Mitchell has his own channel where he's posting content occasionally. So he's got a few videos here, mostly outdoors. He's got some shorts videos to go along with those, getting into now 1,100, 1,000 views on one, 1,500. I'll bet that's a newer one. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I don't know why I'm not catching you again. It's been weeks already, but this is what I've been complaining about all day. I'm hoping now, like my full-time gig, I'm a month in, so things have settled down. I should be able to be on YouTube much more again. I was really taking up a lot of time with training and just talking even outside of hours and stuff like that, but hopefully I'll get back to a lot more. I've spent more time on YouTube the last 5 months than ever before, so I'm hoping to pick that back up. And live Tuesday mornings, says Tim Mitchell, so hopefully I'll catch you for one of those. I'm terrified that I'm actually not going to be on YouTube any Monday to Fridays during the early days. I have to peek in very quickly, if at all, but we'll see. And then Tim Mitchell is also responsible for a couple more channels. We did see Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, and this is Chef CV. So Tim Mitchell produces the videos for this channel and another one I'm going to show you in a minute here. But Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is getting on close to 500 subscribers now. Chef CV is going to bring us into the kitchen, not just to cook delicious dishes and meals, but also with a fantastic looking colorful wheel in the background there, the Wheel of Misfortune, which I wish we had that name, but ours is the Wheel of Doom. That was named by Mr. Naz many years ago. And then Chef CV is going to help us navigate the kitchen though as well. So we see how we could look after some of the appliances and other, I keep saying utensils. I know it's not the right word, cookware and things like that around the kitchen. So we can navigate our way around. As well, shorts on this channel have gotten into 600 and well beyond, almost halfway to 700 views now. And then live streams on the channel. So they're live frequently, and they were just live, that must have been yesterday if I'm not mistaken, late yesterday. The Wheel of Misfortune is listed right there. Now they've got it in the thumbnails, which is cool also. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. But they've got another channel that's complimentary here. The unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. If I spelled that kind of correctly. And this is a complimentary channel where we see more of Chef CV. Often for outdoor adventures, as a matter of fact. They've taken us bowling a few times. Once in a while they come into the kitchen. They got shorts over here with more random content, getting into 1,000 views on one of them. Pardon me, and then live streams on the channel as well. Forgive me for 1 second, I'll be right back. Forgive me, I was holding in a sneeze and I thought I could make it until we go on a break in a few minutes here, but I was mistaken. I'm sure everybody appreciates the details there. And then, oh, Missouri Outlaw is making 3 quilts, my dear goodness, with 30 different squares as a minimum. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a collaboration. I can't wait to see what comes out of that. The unofficial off-topic squirrel, pardon me, is going to do live streams as well. So they're on every couple of weeks by look of it, once or twice a month. And again, this is complimentary, but it's Chef CV with Tim Mitchell, of course. So hopefully everybody will connect with this channel as well. The unofficial off-topic squirrel is working on 100 subscribers. We'd love to get them a little bit farther towards that milestone. We know it's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. It's always very exciting when we hit our first 100. And then what we're going to do, first of all, is thank Tim Mitchell for those gifted memberships again. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And we've still got a few channels to go when we get back from our break. We're going to go for 3 minutes right now, and I'll get around to spinning the wheel hopefully soon. And right before we go on that break for 3 minutes, I'm going to play another clip from our interview series. This is from an upcoming episode where we have conversations that go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long in videos that are listed in a playlist and as a podcast. And there she is right there. Be Amazing Sylvia just happened to come in. That's coincidence. I'm going to play a clip from her upcoming episode. I haven't released it yet. As soon as I can find the time to get it edited, we'll schedule it out a couple weeks and get it dropped so everybody can hear what she has to say. She's been with us from the beginning, so 5 years of friendship as a minimum. And she knows exactly what it's like to get 10,000 subscribers. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, over the years, of course, you use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted. And I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change in what having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you, to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video of somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. You know?
Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I'm hitting the wrong button there, but we're just about back. So Be Amazing Sylvia, thank you, by the way, for a super chat again. Absolutely unnecessary. But that's the creator you see in the chat right there, and she's been a member for, my dear goodness, I've lost track of how long. She's one of our longest standing members, so it's got to be 4 years or close by now. But yeah, it's wonderful to see some of our friends. I mean, we're lucky because I'd like to think we came up together. You know, some of us, and I say us, like, you know, Superchat is obviously sitting at 6,000 subscribers right now. We just have to keep in mind that's channel owners. There are 0 viewers on this channel, or like very, very, very few that watch just because, you know, they enjoy it. We're all here as a community, as channel owners, so it's a little bit different over here. But, you know, as we continue to grow, you look at the moderators on this channel, they're all beyond, I believe, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 subscribers now. We all started at 0, every single one of us. And we're so happy. You know, it is literally heartwarming to see creators find a groove, and that's exactly what Be Amazing Sylvia did. So I'll show you her channel in a few minutes. I've got to look at a few first, but I'll show you her content so you can get an idea of what you're going to see when you get over there and hear what I have to say about it. John H. Shelton from the UK, another friend who's been with us from the beginning, 5 years of friendship, if you can believe it. This creator is somebody who brings all kinds of different creativity to their channel, meaning they literally write, they bring story, they bring poetry, they bring music. Pardon me, they do a lot of reviews. They're a huge Godzilla fan. You'll find that when you get to their channel right away. And they do skits on their channel. They do a lot of collaborating with other people. I'm just going to grab a couple of their latest videos here, or one of their latest videos. They've got a couple here that are fairly short. We typically like to watch videos that are 3 minutes or longer when we're connecting. So John H. Shelton's got tons of that. He's got videos anywhere from, you know, a few minutes to likely an hour or much longer, but he's also got lots of live streams as well. Shorts over here have gotten into 1,600, 1,700 views. I'm just going to go back here for a second because I noticed I didn't put on the notification for that premiere yet. We put notifications on for everything we see, like premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for the channel. That just gives us the best chance of catching each other. We see he's been live about once a month, it looks like, for the last little while. So we'll see if he's going to do another one. He just did one a few weeks ago. And John H. Shelton, the vlogging life, like I said, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. But you get what I mean when I talk about the idea that some of these friends have been with us literally for years. And it's not that, you know, like, I can't remember how long everybody's been a friend here, but we can see the future now, right? I'm glad that I was right about this when we started this channel. There were others. It's not my idea. Girl streams were already out there before Superchat ever started, but I thought if we focus on friendships, then we're really gonna, you know, be solid and strong, and luckily that's what's happened. Yeah, and thank you, Lester Crochet, for the kind words. Coastal Waters in the house as well. I'm going to get her onto the wheel right now. We always put members of moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So this is an overwhelmingly busy day, and I am Betty J. Gathers. 4 years she's been here as well. We talked about that when I joined her on her channel a few months for a conversation and an interview style as well. Missouri Outlaw Randy is coming up right now. Let's see what they've got to say.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
And Paulzilla and My Flock is Everywhere are both here in the chat. Forgive me, I think I missed you both live yesterday. And I have to just ask you to forgive me for that. What yesterday was Father's Day. Yeah, Kristen made dinner and this and that. That's my excuse for yesterday, is a little bit of paying attention to that. I'm not going to admit to everybody that I took a nap yesterday because I don't want to admit that kind of thing. So we'll just pretend that I didn't. But I have a feeling I missed a couple of live streams there from some of our friends. My Flock is Everywhere as a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now with Coastal Water there. And then Missouri Outlaw Randy is up on the screen. So this is a brand new channel today, and we don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos here, and I'm going to put this in my watch later list, this 7-minute video. And after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I will watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up and subscribe, and that will hopefully make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well. We're here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And thank you again, Missouri Outlaw, for a super chat. Thank you, John H. Shelton. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Nisa Faraway is coming up right now for the same reason.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I'm going to not get too far into story time, but I will. I know we got a few people who are fairly new to Tuber Chat today, and I may not have talked about it for a while. I used to work in radio, and I was lucky. I worked at right place, right time. I worked in very popular radio stations in the Toronto area, where I was born, raised, and grew up. And while we were in radio, there was a lesson that we were taught, because I didn't go to school or anything. I was lucky. I was brought in by a friend. I just happened to do really well over there and, in my opinion, excelled while I was there. But one of the things that they told us is you never want to cut off a song, any song at all, because no matter whether you like it or not, it's somebody's favorite. Right? So that's a lesson that I keep in the back of my mind every day for different things. But here in YouTube, the idea is that your channel, this goes for everybody, can be somebody's favorite. And very early, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm a couple people's favorite YouTuber. And it's funny to think that, because you're like, well, you're not Mr. Beast and you're not PewDiePie and you're not, you know, some of these other creators that are just monstrous with millions and millions of subscribers. But there are literally people who care so much. And I'm certain that this is happening for probably every channel that ever comes through here. You are going to be, if you're not already, at least somebody's favorite channel. And it may be amazing to you. You may say to yourself, but there's so much else on YouTube. How is that possible? Or hopefully you have the confidence to say, yeah, well, of course, because I put a lot of work into what I do. And I'm not surprised that somebody in the world out of 9 billion people or whatever it is now have to like what I do. It's not that. It's literally becoming somebody's favorite. So that goes for everyone, because I have been amazed by some of the things I've seen. The first channel that I ever started running, that creator got spotted in the street after only 800 subscribers. I couldn't believe it. We literally pulled up at a stoplight and a truck came up beside us and rolled down the window. And I thought, like, what is this? Like, are they angry or what? And they were literally like, hey, we've seen your YouTube videos. Because I was running a channel for another creator, they recognized him. But less than 1,000 and already spotted, which I think is great. That's not talking about a favorite channel. It's just saying these kinds of things happen, right? And I think it's going to happen for everybody sooner than we might think. So hopefully you take that positivity to heart. because it's absolutely true. So Nisa Faraway is up on the screen right now with over 3,000 subscribers now. They're actually working on 3,300. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. This is a story of tenacity because this creator actually got, I hope they don't mind me saying it, but they actually got denied monetization the first time around, and they had to go and change up a few things on the channel to get it. What they were talking about, YouTube stopped them for reused content, but when I've gone through the channel, I was lucky as the host of Superchat. They reached out to me and said, can you help look at this channel so we can see what the problem is? And I was like, I don't see a problem. I don't know what they're complaining about, but they adjusted a couple things and now have long been monetized. It actually didn't take very long at all. I think it was only a week or something like that, which is great. So even when we hit little roadblocks, we know that first of all, we can overcome most of them, but secondly, we have a community here where people can be asked. Everybody's going to be willing to help each other. You know, I'm certain of that here. And Nisa Faraway reminds me of National Geographic when I look at this channel. They've got a lot of exotic wildlife here of different types, and the videos are very informative. They've always also got shorts on the channel, and these have now gotten into 1,400, 1,700 views, and then they've got live streams on the channel as well. Some of these are loops of some of the short style videos, but still informative, and hopefully everybody will connect with Nisa Faraway. And they've been a loyal and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. Now it's got to be well beyond a year. I wonder if I look at their videos very, very quickly, if I can go back and figure that out. 9 months ago, a year ago. So yeah, about a year, something like that. Anyway, but this is a great story of a channel who came in a year ago, has been monetized, and is thriving now. Six Bows is back. Thank you so much for the kind words. She's been a member for a while again, and she's been a friend of ours for about 5 years as well. Let's have a look now at Be Amazing Sylvia. Thank you again, Nisa Faraway and Be Amazing Sylvia, for those super chats.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And then, forgive me, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. I didn't say hello. I know you've been here for a while already. Jody Genealogy, good to see you in the house. That is Marketplace Boutique. The volcanoes, yeah, Paulzilla 911, because Two Pineapples is a dear friend. They actually joined me for that interview series. But I'm always fascinated to see, I became fascinated by their content, but I'm interested to see what Paulzilla 911 might have on their channel when it comes to volcanoes. Then I'll look for that. Be Amazing Sylvia is up on the screen right now. I'm literally making a note right now to go and look at Paulzilla's channel so that I can see what he's got for what they got for volcanoes there. And then when we look at Be Amazing Sylvia, this is the creator that we saw in that interview clip that I played about 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. This creator now is well beyond 10,000 subscribers, approaching 14,000. I'm just going to grab one of her latest videos. She's always spreading positivity, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. This channel is pure variety, a chance to get to know Sylvia. She could be at home, she could be taking us on adventure, she could be bringing us her family, or she could be bringing us her side business now. I say side business, so forgive me if you're doing it full-time. I forget whether or not it's flourishing that much. And I've actually had some of the coffee that's a part of it's a weight loss idea more than anything else. A keto-based coffee. Actually, I've sent some over to Just Jason Keto as well. Be Amazing Sylvia posts frequently, as you can see. I better take her latest video and put this into my catch-up list from the other day. And then she's got shorts on her channel as well. Now this is where the explosion happened. So she hooked into a formula here that has really worked for her, and some of her shorts have gotten into 250,000 views. One of them at 681,000, one of them at 762,000 views. Many of these into tens of thousands. And this started an explosion in growth for her channel. This is where she crossed the 10,000 subscribers. Live streams on this channel. She continues today to help people connect in a similar way to what we're doing here in Superchat. Now, it's not that there's a right way or a wrong way to connect. We always do the same thing we've been doing for the last 5 years because it continues to work today. We've had a lot of friends experiment and, make sure the system's good to go. But Be Amazing Sylvia is well-versed in all things YouTube as well. So when you get to her channel, she'll have a different way of connecting very similar to what we do here. As well, she's got a second channel. She started this one with her daughter, but she pivoted into Sylvia's Daily Positivity, where she brings, obviously, positivity and spiritual inspiration. When we get into shorts videos, we get an idea of some of the things that are happening here at 1,700, 3,100 views and beyond, and a chance to get to know Sylvia and her daughter. She's working on 300 subscribers on this second channel. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. James Money 615, good to see you in the house. That's another friend who's been with us for years, literally. Oh wow, Paulzilla 911's getting 10 followers a day. That's like no joke, eh? That's serious growth. And then I feel like I missed another channel. I hope I'm mistaken. So Sylvia's Daily Positivity and Be Amazing Sylvia, thank you for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. I'm going to rifle through a couple of channels right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then Sylvia's Daily Positivity. We're just going to look at Michael's adventures right now. So I'm just going to look at his channel quickly. He offered to give up his spot on the wheel today. He does that all the time. But he's been a beloved and dedicated moderator, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years now on YouTube. But he redirected over here today from a premiere, essentially a raid, and I really do appreciate that. But Michael's Adventures posts every single day. He's got thousands of videos on his channel, a lot of wildlife. He premieres usually every day at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes he does walk around, like walk and talk videos in his area. And then this creator also has a lot of shorts that get into some more outdoor content, lottery ticket scratching, a slot game that he plays on a tablet or phone. He's got a few videos of that as well. And this creator obviously is monetized, but another beloved and dedicated moderator here, so I hope everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures. And then Angel Light Over Darkness 33 is another friend that's been here since the beginning, probably 5 years. I think I've been connected to her for 6 years. I think I was connected to her before we started Superchat, as a matter of fact. And Angel Light Over Darkness is a one-of-a-kind channel in the Superchat family. If you haven't already seen what angel numbers are, then I hope you'll go over to her channel. She literally got a video here called What Exactly Are Angel Numbers? And then she goes through lots of different ones in her videos. There's a bit of variety there as well. She's got some shorts on the channel, lots of positive inspiration here, getting into 4,500, 5,500 views. But live streams on this channel happen frequently as well. And when you get in there, she will give you an angel reading, and an angel number reading, pardon me. And what this does is give you some insight as to what's been going on in your life, what might be happening today, and what might be to come. And she's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter and a dear friend over all these years. So I hope everybody will connect with her. Lily Gazoo, good to see you in the house. I know I waved hello in the chat earlier, but it's good to have you here. TWP Popcorn is here. I almost missed you. But good to see you in the house. And then Vintage Style by Joe. I accidentally spun the wheel earlier, and we're going to continue to spin in a second here.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
We've talked about quilting a little bit today. Vintage Style by Joe is going to do really interesting things with fabric and materials of different types. They make beautiful, colorful things out of what I've seen from this channel more than anything is scraps of the materials and fabrics. And it's interesting because, you know, in a lot of cases we would expect that a lot of the stuff would be discarded. But you can actually go through a lot of these things, and she's made really interesting stuff. I wonder where the garbage can video is. This one here, the Easter bags that she made with the different materials. There was I say garbage can, but yes, another a waste bin, but for the sewing room, let's just say. And that's a really cool idea because you're literally talking about something you can pick up, I don't know, at Walmart or the dollar store as a little, you know, garbage can or whatever, but you can make it something that's much more vibrant and colorful. And this is the kind of thing that Vintage Style by Joe is doing. I've also seen them collaborating with a lot of creators. We've seen them in at least one thumbnail earlier today. I've got the latest video. I've put that in my catch-up list so I can get caught up with the channel. She's got shorts over here though as well. 1,300, 1,500, 23, and 2,600 views. And you see what I mean about a lot of the colorful things that she makes here. And then live streams on the channel as well. And I've caught her many times, but it looks like it's been a month already. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. And I've got notification bells on for every single channel. We talk about that all the time. So let's think about spinning the wheel, and then we'll see who's coming up next. Tanks and Fish is here. I got to get them onto the wheel. And it looks like, look at that, Scratch and PPA is coming up right now. We'll see what he's got going on for tomorrow's premiere. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see another beloved and dedicated moderator here and one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years on YouTube. I say that about all of our moderators because it's absolutely true, and they're all dear friends as well. And then Lily Gazoo, that's great. You've got 1,000 subscribers after 12 years. Hey, we all grow at different rates, right? We've got a copyright-free music channel that's been sitting at 900 for like a year. So everybody grows at different paces, you know, but luckily we do have communities like this now where we can grow a little bit faster than when I started. Because I started my personal channel 7 years ago, and that was a grind for a while, you know, and I'm not saying it's easy. It's just that we have each other now, so it's a little bit easier today than it was before. And we see channels getting their first 100, first 1,000 all the time. So, rushing when mounted, thank you, Ruby. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see a creator that brings an interesting twist to lottery ticket scratching. He's a moderator on what I imagine is hundreds of channels by now, and Scratch and PPA, what he does in his premieres that happen every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern for over 4 years without fail. This creator pits 2 lottery tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets a series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. And these premieres, like I said, happen every single week. And if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than what we do here, faster than most others. He rivals those of the Stock Explorer, Butler Family, Farm Hill, the DC, Lazy Days Ahead, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. When we look at Scratch and PPA, like I said, he posts with perfect consistency, but he's also got presentation at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, which we would expect, but he also gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his banner's updated every week, if you can imagine that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production 4 years ago, or almost 5 years ago. Infinity Girl Gamer 20, good to see you here. Tales Told in the Dark, good to have you in the house as well. And then Scratch and Pete PA is a fellow Canadian who's monetized with super chats and memberships available on his channel, of course. When we look at shorts over here, we see he expanded the content of his channel a couple of years ago when he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos, which I think is going to become a trend now. If not already, because YouTube expanded the ability for us to make shorts longer into 3 minutes now. Lots of opportunity for vlogging style shorts, but Scratch and Pete PA in our community will be looked at as a pioneer for coming up with that idea. He brought us some Italian lottery tickets too that we might not have otherwise seen. Then his very first live stream came from that trip to Italy. So I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but more so we're very excited that he's expanded the content on his channel. Scratch and PPA is working towards 2,500 subscribers now, and you'll notice I've got the notification on for tomorrow's premiere. I hope everybody will set that. We set notifications for everything we see, whether or not we think we can be there, because it's just another signal of engagement into, or signal of interest in the YouTube algorithm. And then hopefully everybody will make it tomorrow. I'm going to have to try to peek in. I'm really unsure now as to how often I'm going to be able to make it. I'm still going to try for every single week, but I have to time out my days. Part of my full-time job is service calls now. And the problem is if they don't start or end at, between 12:15, then I might have to be like on the job and catch it after and this and that. But I'll always be able to get in there one way or another. So we'll see. So next up is going to be the Supreme View. What we're going to do right now is go for a break again. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. I'm going to clean up the wheel, though. I'm going to remove a lot of names. So for any of our members or moderators that are still here, just please be active in the chat. I'll make sure to either keep you on or get you back on. And then we will get right back. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, we're going to hear from Curmudgeon, Alaska, another longtime dear friend who has passed 10,000 subscribers. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first the channel was very slow to start, and then it was around the time I met you.
Yeah.
Your channel, it started growing a little bit. And then we got to January of last year. We only had we hit 1,000 subs. Okay. And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours. So we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to do our supply runs for the winter time, and I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. We've never done a shopping thing or anything like that, and I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well. That's good. We did it. Only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store, and I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices, and honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. And I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely, yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the truck.
Oh.
Was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? Stuff like that. And it's like, yeah. Wow. So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. All right, we're just about back, and now we're going to move a little bit quicker. So we still got almost an hour to go. I should have said something to our moderators earlier, but we're not going to do a copyright-free music stream today, so forgive the no notice. But I might start scaling those down to once a month instead of after every stream. But we'll see. We'll see what everybody thinks about it. Oh, that's interesting. I am Betty J. Gathers. Yes, tomorrow is never promised. I promise you, even after 50 years of life and more, which I've, been through, I still don't learn that lesson. Tomorrow is never promised. In a lot of different ways. Duke City Crew, good to see you in the house. I've got you on the wheel. For any of our members or moderators, I removed a lot of names while we were on that break. So if anybody's still listening or watching that hasn't been seen yet, members and moderators, I'll add you right back onto the wheel. Pardon me. We've got a brand new channel in the chat, and I meant to just add them onto the wheel a second ago here. The Real Martin 1998. The Real Martin 1998 is added to the wheel as well. The Supreme View is up, and this is another channel that's fairly new to Superchat. They were just here the other day. So it's a channel I'm still getting to know. I think they've been here twice already, as a matter of fact, because somebody said that they're hilarious, if I'm not mistaken. So they've got a bit of information on their about section here. They're working on 3,900 subscribers, which is great. They're already monetized. I think I'm gonna grab another video or maybe even a live stream replay from this creator. Yeah, I'll see what they've got going on here. And I'll put this in my catch-up list for today. But hopefully I'll catch you for one of these live streams. They just did that a couple of hours ago. And how did I... Oh, they just put a brand new video out. That's interesting. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list as well. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators, just with a fun name there. Shorts on this channel have gotten into, wow, 24,000, 80,000, 110,000 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So we see that they're doing these fairly frequently. They just started a few days ago, but they've been on almost every day. So hopefully I'll catch you. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. And then thank you, Nisa, far away. And let's think about spinning the wheel, and we'll see who's up next.
For anybody that's brand new today in your chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Just Jason Keto is up on the screen. This is another beloved and dedicated moderator and member here, working on 5,900 subscribers. Just Jason Keto is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, especially when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got a ton of recipes on his channel. I got to see what these are. That sounds very different to me. That's the kind of thing, when I see peanut butter and mascarpone, it looks like something I would ask somebody else to take a bite first. Because I can't imagine what it tastes like. We'll have to see what he says in the recipe here. But he's got another product review as well. Vacuum sealer. These are really cool things. I'm going to grab that video also. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. Now, he's got tons of recipes and product reviews for some of the things we might find in grocery stores that are marketed towards a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He can help us understand the ingredients and how they're going to affect us. But he does more product reviews, like the barbecue again the other day, Dash Minis. He might also bring some variety, so he'll take us out for an adventure if he's traveling, or he'll literally head hundreds of miles away to get informative content from places like Keto Palooza. When you visit Just Jason Keto's channel, you're going to find a lot of chaffle videos, but this is one type of recipe, one of many on his channel. He just happens to be known for doing about 100 of these, but he's got lots of other recipes, and then lots of guests. There's Consume the Goodness. messages in the chat earlier today. He's got lots of guests that join him both in videos and in live streams on his channel. They share their life experiences, their tips, tricks, trials, tribulations when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And shorts on the channel have gotten into 5,000, 6,000 views, one at 22,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on his channel also. This one I've seen, by the way, at 22,000. Live streams can feature Jason giving us some insight and answering questions when it comes to the idea of keto-based diet or lifestyle. Like I said, sometimes he's got guests on the channel, but he tries to mix things up as well. There's Kendra again. There's Anita. He's got other regular guests on the channel. He occasionally will do a cook-along live stream or a multi-cam setup here with a couple of GoPros and things like that. And he's live every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. So we know that we can catch him, and whether it's Jason or whether he's got any guests, we know that he has a vibrant community willing to help us with questions and comments when we engage with the chat. And then Just Jason Keto's working, like I said, on 5,900 subscribers, obviously monetized, and a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I got to start making chaffles. I got to try, because I keep eating like nonsense lately. After I got this new gig, I'm taking horrible things that I don't want to admit to anybody to work. I'm in and out of a vehicle so much. I usually do like 3 or 4 things a day. So I have to do something, travel to another place, do something else, travel to another place, do something else. And I'm eating something every time I get in a car. I make a sandwich every day. That's not keto friendly or anything like that. But I usually eat the thing for breakfast. Like by the time I get to my first destination, I'm already hungry. So I'm eating that. So I got to find some more ideas. But chaffles might be a good key. And Kristen bought me a whole bunch of stuff for Father's Day. We, are lucky enough to be able to do that for all types of celebrations. But she bought me like a bunch of stuff that I need for my gig, meaning like a huge cooler bag so I can bring stuff. Not all of it is cool. Some of it stays dry. A mug so I can keep coffee all day and stop drinking Monsters, hopefully. And another thing so I can use the Element electrolyte water all day instead of drinking pop and other horrible things. Snacking on Cheerios, Lily Gazoo. I often snack on cereal, and I wish I wouldn't do that, but I've ate cereal like every morning my whole life when I was a teenager and young adult, and then I still find myself snacking like potato chips. I just sit there with a bowl of dry cereal and eat it. It doesn't matter what it is, but yeah, it could be Cheerios or anything else. And then Coach Sherry, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Look at that. Almost 4 months of membership for her as well. Over 4 years. Over 3 years. Coach Sherry's been with us from the beginning as well. She's actually been with us about 5 years. Working out of a truck is different, that's for sure. I like it. I don't mind the in and out, and it's not the worst gig in the world that I have. It's not really hard work or anything like that. But boy, is it ever interesting to think about how to get some kind of a routine happening that's a little bit healthier and not just eat garbage all day and then, eat a banana and think I'm being healthy, let's just say. Duke City Crew is up on the screen right now. This is a creator who we're actually lucky to have here. They've been with us a few months now, and this creator is working on 7,900 subscribers now. They've just got shorts on the channel that we see so far, but these have already gotten into, look at this, hundreds of thousands of views on a couple of them. 300,000, 348,000, and then we start getting into the millions. So 1.1 million, 1.9 million, another one at 1.8 million that I think is still climbing. My dear goodness. So hopefully everybody will connect with Duke City Crew. They're here with us frequently, and another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I can't remember if they became a member the first time they were here, but they've been a member for most of that time as well. And then Michael's Adventures likes healthier stuff. He told me a long time ago that he eats stuff that is not as healthy. Monsters and pork rinds, yeah. It was the funniest thing. Jason and I have met up a couple of times, but one time we had to drive to go to one of those meetups together, and I promise you, I was shocked to see him with a monster, because I was like, there's no way that Jason would be drinking that. Nobody should be drinking that. I certainly shouldn't be drinking that, or two of them, but I was surprised to see that. But it's absolutely true. Pork rinds I haven't gotten into, though. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I get into phases. I don't mean eating the same thing every day, but I gotta find healthier ideas. Bella's Whisper Farmstead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Crystal Dragon, House of Creations. It's Rita, and they're a member. I'm gonna get them on the wheel beside Coach Sherry there. Blessed to Crochet is going to bring us the idea of connection between different creators and friends, and some spiritual inspiration as well.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then, if anybody wants to let me know if there's anything wrong with the audio, it should be good though. I haven't changed anything, so it's likely should likely be the same as always. Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen right now with almost 1,700 subscribers, which is great to see, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we look at this creator, they're bringing a lot of spiritual inspiration lately, including up to yesterday. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, and that is that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. When we look at shorts over here, we see a little more variety, but this creator usually smiling and emitting positive energy, getting into 10,000 views on a couple of these shorts videos, which is great to see as well. When we look at live streams, we see that they're live frequently. They were live yesterday. They've got one coming up on Wednesday, as well as another one on Wednesday. Oh, it's going to be their birthday too. I got to catch this at 8 p.m. Pardon me while I get Siri on the case. Yeah, I gotta. I turn the mic off when I do that, so I don't set everybody's Siri off. When we look at live streams, we see they've got one set up for about a week from now as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Blessed to Crochet. We've set those notifications for everything we see, like premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on. And then let's spin the wheel. Crafty Witch 232, she's on just about every day. She's coming up now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
I bring it every day. That's Kelly. She's been a friend for as many years as I can remember here. And then, pardon me, Edna's World as well. Another one of our guests for our interview series. And actually, I'm going to play that clip next when we go for another break. We'll do that in about 5 minutes or so. When we talk about those interviews, all of the creators that are featured have passed 10,000 subscribers, but they've also been with us for several years, including Enda's World. So they know all the things we're going through. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I bring it every day onto the wheel. I am Betty J Gathers. Now you make me want to do it. I promise you, it doesn't matter how old I get, there are some things that never change. And when somebody tells me not to do something, it makes me want to do it. Curbside Classics, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Crafty Witch 232 is a creator named Andy, and this creator is on just about every single day. They got quite a few videos for us here to see, and I see they've got a brand new one actually. This is another collaboration. from 4 days ago. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. I don't know why I didn't see that in the last live stream. You get an idea of some of the creativity here. I was kind of perplexed for a moment, but I got the idea that they're doing a lot of 3D printing and a lot of crochet and mixing these things together. And I've come to learn this creator actually makes a lot of different things to sell at convention style ideas, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Forgive me, CraftyWitch232, if there's a better way of describing where you sell these things exactly. I know I've asked before, but I'll appreciate it. Then you get an idea about all the pop culture references here too, and then live streams. So they're on almost every day, an 8-hour live stream, my dear goodness. And you can see they're creating all kinds of stuff here. And then once in a while they'll play a video game, but almost every day they are on, literally creating while we hang out and watch for hours at a time. So their channel's growing rapidly. They're working on 1,900 subscribers. And this is interesting too. Moz6510 Models is another guest from our interview series. Dropping a super chat right now, so we'll have a look at his channel in another moment. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. All markets and cons. I should have thought of that. Markets, yes, is the word I was probably searching for, and conventions and things like that. So Comic-Con and ideas like that I think would do really well. I'm sure they're doing those already. And then we have those kind of things around, not just Toronto, but even Niagara Falls, where I live in Canada, is a big enough city that we still have like Comic-Con conventions, and they've got a huge convention center and all this stuff where lots of those things come through. CraftyWitch232, hopefully everybody will connect with. I imagine she's probably going live in a not too long from now, but you can let us know if you want. And then actually you can let us know if you want to start at 8 o'clock. It's almost 7:30 now, and we'll raid in if you'd like. And then CraftyWitch232, like I said, working on 1,900 subscribers. When you read the About section, you get an idea. They're actually creating a lot more. They do cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and a lot of sewing that goes hand in hand with a lot of this stuff as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with CraftyWitch232, and now we're going to look at Moz6510 Models.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So we'll raid into CraftyWitch232 in another 40 minutes or so. If we go a couple of minutes over time, it's okay. We'll keep it to a minimum because we got to think about our moderators and stuff like that as well. But yeah, CraftyWitch232 is on just about every day and has a vibrant community there. We'll likely meet more friends. I say that all of our moderators here allow people to meet more friends and family members in their premieres and live streams, but most people here allow that. Certainly Moz6510 Models does. He has been instrumental in the experiments that we've done in the beginning to get our system together, to understand playlists and how we can benefit each other by running those, our system for connecting with 3-minute videos, which you see every channel I put on the screen that's been here before is subscribed, so we know the system continues to work today. Moz6510 Models has been with us for just about 5 years, and as you can see, not only past 10,000 subscribers, they're getting close to 30,000 now. And we often play clips from his interview series, or pardon me, his episode in our interview series as well. He actually inspired it. He was the one who offered first to give us some information about how he's been growing and the things he's learned over the years. But he's been a dear friend all this time, and obviously monetized. What he does on his channel is helps us become a better scale modeler. Most of us have either seen, if not done, these scale models. I've done plenty of them. That was something my grandparents gave to my cousin and me to keep us busy a long time, whether it's planes, trains, cars, and other vehicles, boats, tanks. There's everything here. And Moz6510 Models talks about not just the history of the model kits, but the new technologies, the way these things have evolved, the new kits that come out, you often find them working on the workbench or with a StreamYard panel full of other creators working on scale models as well, giving each other tips and tricks. Some of the shorts here have gotten 26,000, 48,000, 97,000 views. When I come over to the live streams, you get an idea of what I'm talking about. He's usually got a handful of guests, and they're, look at that panel over there. And then I've caught him many times also working on the workbench. So hopefully everybody will connect with Mod6510 Models. He's, like I said, been a dear friend and obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
When we search for tanks and fish, we want to make sure we get the right channel. They're rising up the search results now, and I know your search results are going to be different than mine. That goes for everybody because some of it's based on geographics. YouTube is always trying to guess what we might be searching for. But when we get tanks and fish, you can literally put the handle in. It's tanks and fish. I'll put that in the chat if anybody wants to do it that way. They're getting very close to 500 subscribers, which is a exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey now. When we look at their videos, we are obviously going to see a combination of tanks and fish. So here's a tank update. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with the channel. They've got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 1,100 and 1,400 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. They were live just a few days ago. I haven't caught you in a while. I haven't caught a live stream yet. I thought I caught you once, but I must be mistaken. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel. So I know not everybody can message every single person that you want to be in your live streams every time you're going to go live, but anybody can reach out to me anytime if you do have a live stream coming up, or especially a special event like a milestone or a monetization celebration. I try to never miss those, or birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. If you do find a moment, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. Foodies Vacations, good to see you here. Kelly is coming up for my Bring It Every Day. Let's make this quick. We'll go for 3.5 minutes for a break. Right before we do that, we're going to hear from another creator who was in the chat just a few minutes ago. Edna's World has also passed 10,000 subscribers.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, I appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. And it's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that. in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know.
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, you know, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
My dear goodness. I can't help myself. I hope everybody understands that literally these live streams wouldn't be what they are without the help of our moderators. And my dear goodness, some of the things that we have to endure while we're in the middle of all of this, but I promise you it's all what makes everything work. And I appreciate the enthusiasm that some creators have when they come through the chat as well. So I bring it every day is up on the screen. Now Kelly is the creator behind this channel. She has been a friend of ours for years. You have to forgive me because I can't remember how long it's been. It's got to be 4 years, if not 5. And I could be wrong, of course. I Bring It Every Day is now over 2,500 subscribers, and Kelly literally brings it every day. I think every single day. If she's missed, then I'm, just perplexed by that, let's just say. But I've caught her a zillion times live streaming, and I'll show you what she does when she live streams. I'm just grabbing a video to watch here. I'm just going to take one of the latest videos. She's doing short ones lately. I'll put this in my catch-up list just for the sake of catching another piece of content. Let's look at shorts on the channel because she brings a lot of variety. Kelly will literally do a lot of creating. So when she talks about crochet, she actually heads out in real life to groups of people who sit and crochet together. I would call it a knitting circle. I'm not sure what we call it when it's crochet, and forgive me after all these years for not having a name for it. But some of her shorts videos have gotten into 5,300, 7,500, 8,900 views. Now, sometimes Kelly is giving us a chance just to get to know her. Most often she's creating a lot of stories to be told on this channel, and a truly dynamic host. Always smiling, always positive. I don't think I've ever heard a negative thing from her. She's got some dear friends I can see on StreamYard panels, but I've caught her many, many, many times while she's been live streaming out at flea markets, and I always bother her about vinyl records, and she thinks about it too. I know she mentions it. I know she says, like, oh, every time she sees vinyl records, she'll think about Superchat, because I still buy those things today. I'm trying to find one of these where she's gone. You can see I've caught her like often enough, but I'm trying to find one of these ones where she takes us out to a flea market or other place where we can find some of the stuff. Oh, she's got so much creativity on the channel, my dear goodness. Cooking videos, cooking with Kelly there, similar to what Coastal Water does, cooking with Coastal. Lunchtime, yeah. Oh, why can't I find one of these? In all the live streams I'm going through over the last year, I can't find one that's got out to flea markets, but she's done it a zillion times. So this creator's obviously monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. But she cares deeply about the YouTube journey. She's always welcoming when you get to her channel. And yeah, she's been a dear friend for all this time. And she's been with us frequently. I can see she's doing a lot of members only content for her members on her channel, which is great as well. And yeah, she's excellent at keeping up with the chat. So when you're in there, I know even when it's busy, she does a great job of keeping up with everybody and responding, which is very important. It's a horrible idea when we think about somebody coming into our channel, especially live streams, not feeling welcome and then leaving forever, because there's over 50 million channels on YouTube, literally. I've been saying that for 8 years, so I don't know how many channels there are now. They're never coming back. You know what I mean? They won't find you again if they leave. And we can rely on our moderators to help with that, thank goodness, right? No Jackpot, no problem. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Matt and Mouse is still here. I'm going to get you back onto the wheel. I removed a lot of names from the wheel, so for any of our members or moderators that are still here listening that haven't been seen, just please say anything at all in the chat. I'll get you back onto the wheel. But over the course of the stream, I often remove names. We can't get to everybody every day. I know not everybody can stay here for 3 hours every day, every time we stream either, but I just want to make sure we always get to a few channels we wouldn't have otherwise seen. Now, I am Betty J Gathers. There's a creator who's here with us for every stream. She's been a dear friend literally for years now, getting on 5 years, and I am Betty J Gathers is a beloved and dedicated moderator, as well as a member, one of our longest standing members. And I am Betty J Gathers is another truly dynamic host. I was going to send a message to you. If it wasn't for the fact I was doing Tuber Chat today, it probably would have been tonight that I would have messaged you and say, hey, where's the new content coming? Because I am Betty J Gathers has promised some new content And she's almost at 3,000 subscribers now, which is great to see. Oh, and then, yeah, forgive me, Hannah Rebecca, thank you for asking. You know what? I actually usually put channels on the wheel for their birthday. And I don't know why I didn't think of that, just because it was the day after, I suppose. But Hannah Rebecca would have been like 2 seconds before I was going to put you on the wheel, because I know you've been here a long time and active in the chat as well. We'll get to as many channels as we can in the next 20 minutes or so. We'll have a look and see when Crafty Witch 232 goes live, and then we'll go over there and raid. Now, forgive me. So I am Betty J Gathers. You can see this as a dynamic host. She's always smiling, always laughing. This creator is living her best life over 60, but all of her content can relate to just about anybody. In her latest series of videos, she's doing a lot of vlogging. So she brings us into her home, out on adventures. And this creator has a ton of friends as well. She was challenged. Crystal Sparkle was here briefly earlier. She inspired I Am Betty J Gathers to do an interview series. There's the one with Crystal Sparkle right there, but I was honored to have been a part of that as well. And I've been with, I can't remember for the life of me if I've been on Betty's channel with her before or not. I just can't remember. It's so long that we've been friends in so many years. And I have never done as many panels as I thought that I was going to. I always think I'm going to do many more, and then I just seem to never find the time. I don't know why. When we look at the different guests that she's got, obviously all of our moderators are going to allow you to meet more friends and family members on their channels, not because they're moderators here, because they all have that generosity in common. And I know most people here are going to let people connect or encourage it, but I Am Betty J Gathers is certainly one of those. Now, the conversation can go anywhere once you get started with a live stream. Oh, and there's Crystal Sparkle again. But she, the conversation can go anywhere, but she does a great job of keeping up with the chat as well. And she's always got a vibrant community. She can go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support in there. The Source is still in the house. I'm going to get you back onto the wheel right now. I'm going to try to speed things up a little bit. But like I said, I Am Betty J Gathers is a beloved, dedicated moderator and member. So I hope everybody will connect with her. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then when we look at Hannah Rebecca, she celebrated a birthday yesterday. So I hope everybody will wish Hannah Rebecca a happy belated birthday. Often I put channels on the screen when it's their birthday, or at least on the wheel. And I don't know why I didn't think that. But Hannah Rebecca is an enthusiastic creator, always here when she's in the chat. She engages true conversation. For which I'm grateful. Now, this creator's done a ton of vlogging, and she does vlogging in the truest sense of the word. She's done this for a long, long time. I've actually swapped playlists with her, so I've been through just about everything that she's done, as you can see. Swapping playlists, obviously, is something that we talk about often, but incredibly helpful when it comes to the idea of watch hours. So, Hannah Rebecca, I'm curious where you are with watch hours by now. And then this creator's now over 2,000 subscribers, which is great. That has to be exciting. I'm not sure if I knew you were already over 2,000. And then shorts on the channel. These have started to move into 1,200 views. One of them over 35,000, which is great to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with Hannah Rebecca. She literally gives us insight into her life. And when I say vlogging in its truest sense, vlogging has always been a huge category and genre on YouTube, and she brings us indoors, outdoors, everywhere she goes. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hannah Rebecca. Like I said, wish her a happy belated birthday. And she's been a long-time friend as well. Hannah Rebecca's been with us for what I think is a couple of years at least. Create and Relate is in the house. The musical Kill Shot is here. Good to see you in the house as well. Timmy the Racing Channel is coming up on the screen.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then when we look at Timmy the Racing channel, this creator actually just restarted. So they reset their channel, restarted, and I'm hoping everybody will connect with them because they're now working on their first 100 subscribers. So we'd love to push them along. They've got quite a few shorts here, so I think what they did, hopefully and luckily, is save the shorts that they had on the channel and they just reposted them now. So they've got some content here. So even though we talk about the idea of connecting with videos that are 3 minutes or longer, it's not that there's a right way or a wrong way to connect. We just keep doing the same thing we've done for 5 years because it continues to work today. You see every channel that I put up is subscribed if I've subscribed to them before. But there are other ways to connect. So in a case like this, where you have a channel that's only got shorts, what I would recommend is getting one of them and watching that right away, leaving a comment, giving a thumbs up, make sure to watch it from beginning to end, but grab a couple more and put them into a playlist. You could use your watch later list or something else, and then you can just let that run. But it shows YouTube that you cared so much that you went back for seconds and maybe even thirds on that channel. So Timmy the Racing channel obviously is going to bring us a lot of speed, and we get that from the racetracks and the fast cars that we see on the channel. And then Create and Relate is coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So Create and Relate is up here now with 450 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 500 we know they're thinking about. We say they're officially halfway on the road because they passed 400. They're now at 450. That's puts them halfway on the road to 500. This creator is bringing a lot of creativity, and they'll talk about that in their About section. Literally all kinds of varied creativity, arts and crafts, do-it-yourself videos, but a lot of product reviews as well. And this creator's got a handful of different devices that could be related to filming and what we'll be interested in for our YouTube channels, but also creating merchandise. And one of the things, of course, is a hard drive. I like talking about this. They did another one with some SD cards as a holder for SD cards, and I keep talking about backing up our YouTube channels. I can't tell you how many times I hear about people who are losing either their Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, or YouTube channels and everything else. And we wish that, you know, first of all, the worst wouldn't happen, but if it does, could you get started again? I've backed up everything I've ever had, but I'm also lucky enough that, you know, I've had a lifetime of computers and stuff, so I got hard drives all over the place because I never delete anything. And then I've got enough space that I can back everything up, but it's something that I would consider, you know what I mean? I'd almost call that advice for everybody, is to back up in any way that you can, because if the worst did happen, you could at least restart right away, or if you change your mind about videos or anything like that. And we can use our content on other platforms as well. Today I would not tell somebody to become a YouTuber. I would tell them to become a content creator, post on as many social networks as you can stand and make time for, and then see where you're going to have the best success. YouTube obviously is a giant when it comes to the idea of video content, but you might find a little bit of extra success on the other networks as well, and it's great for cross promotion. Create and Relate as well has got some shorts over here. These have gotten into almost 1,000 views on one and over 1,400 on another, and then live streams, and they're live pretty frequently as well lately. I caught them for a couple, and then it's been already almost a month. I didn't realize it was that long already, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these very soon. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is still here. Good to see you in the house. And then, yeah, the musical kill shot, it seems to be happening all the time. I've changed my passwords on my stuff more times this year than ever before. somebody was trying to get into my Hotmail, they were trying to get into my Facebook, they're trying to get into my LinkedIn. And I think what some of the people who do that kind of thing don't understand is that, like, LinkedIn will tell you what city they're from. So you get an idea right away, oh, I know who this is. Or it could be one of their friends or something like that. But that's an interesting idea, right? Not that we want it to happen, but as well, changing passwords is a good idea. As a matter of fact, the company that I now started working for, I hope this works out now that I've talked about it so much, but this company that I've started working for, I had to do a cybersecurity course, just a very quick thing, takes like 15 minutes, but talking about making passwords. They want them done in a certain way so that they can't be hacked easily, right? LGGG Love is in the house, and I thought I'd seen this channel on the screen before, but I must be mistaken. 604 subscribers though. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. I'm going to take this one here, Let's Talk Family. I'm going to put this one into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Now, I said LGGG Love, but let me know if there's a different way to mention the name of that channel. When we look at Coastal Water, we see a couple of creators, a husband and wife combo here, as a matter of fact. Now, Coastal Water has her own channel. Her husband has another. I'll show you that in a moment. But there's a lot of family togetherness here, and they've always been a special story in the Tuberchat family because they support each other so wholeheartedly, even though they have separate channels. They actually make similar content a lot of the time too. We talked about this earlier, but Coastal Water has a series called Cooking with Coastal. Was it Cooking with Kelly that I said that from? I bring it every day. I think she had a couple videos called Cooking with Kelly. So Cooking with Coastal is where Coastal Water will bring us not just videos, but live streams as well. And then once in a while, she will do an unboxing video or take us on an outdoor adventure with the family. When we look at shorts on this channel, it's pure variety, but these have gotten now into 2,500, 3,500, and 10,000 views on one. And then live streams are frequent. She's on not quite daily, but several times a week. She does these ones called Car Confessions, and the idea is to give us a chance to get to know her and the family while they go about their day or while they run errands or do the different things that families do. And then she might do this is an interesting one, chicken salad challenge, but she might do Cooking with Coastal as a live stream as well. So she's working on 1,800 subscribers right now. She's actually got a few channels with her husband, but here's his right here. This first responder is Fishing First on this channel. The creator's name is Matt, and this creator is working on 1,800 subscribers and monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They got a lengthy video here going fishing, but I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to stay or get caught up with the channel. And then when we look at Backlash Fisherman, he's going to take us fishing in every way that you can. He brings a little bit of variety, including product reviews as well. But when we get into shorts, we see more variety, a lot more fishing as well, but getting into 3,900, 6,200 views, and then live streams also. So he does a lot of videos similar to what his wife does, where they're either on the road or doing like a car confession idea. He'll also, this is a cool one, showing us an unboxing video. He has StreamYard panels occasionally on his channel as well, and if we dig through the channel far enough, we're going to find Cooking with Backlash as a short series. And lots of familiar faces on the channel as well for some of these StreamYard panels. He's had hobby hangouts and things like that as well. So quite a bit of variety, and hopefully everybody will connect with Backlash Fisherman and his wife, Coastal Water. And then he and Panda went fishing together there in that latest video. That'll be interesting to see. I haven't been fishing in like forever. You know, my father and my one of my grandfathers used to take me, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I know a lot of people do. But you know, I was 10 years old, and they were like, "Be quiet. Get up at 4 a.m. be quiet. Touch horrible, gross things like leeches and worms and every other thing, and don't have to go to the bathroom for like 4 or 5 hours." So I don't associate it with as much enjoyment as a lot of people do, but I know a lot of people love going fishing. I wonder if I would like to do it again, especially if it was on my own terms and not necessarily like, "Hey, you gotta go and we're going." And then thank you, LGGG love. So that's Backlash Fisherman. Forgive me. I think I just spun the wheel. Did I just spin the wheel? Get so busy talking. Let's spin. See who's coming up next.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Can't remember the different kinds of fish that we caught. We'd mostly just release everything, but when I was really young, my dad would let me like cook a few of the fish. So I wanted to learn how to clean them and cook them because I wanted to do the whole thing. I'm glad I learned that. I happened to be a Boy Scout as well, and we did a small amount of that. But it was just like bass and perch. I never caught anything big. Like, it'd be almost funny for some of the guys to think I wanted to cook the fish because they're like, "Dude, there's nothing, no meat there. There's nothing." But I wanted to do it anyway. Matt Mouse is up on the screen right now. This is a channel I was taken away with. So I'm fascinated by things like tiny homes and cottages and things like that. I'm definitely not an outdoorsman like a lot of our friends, like Matt we just saw from Backlash Fisherman, and a lot of our friends who do homesteading and gardening and hiking and camping. Matthew's bushcraft in the chat and things like that. I tend to be more of an indoors guy. But I'm just fascinated when it comes to the idea of I love cottages. Some of my family had cottages when I was growing up and things like that. But I'm fascinated by tiny homes, and they did a really great job here. And I continue to watch videos on the channel now. I'm looking forward to getting to know this channel a little bit better. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos, and I'm going to put that into my catch-up list so I can catch up with them. Matt and Mouse have been here for just about every stream lately as well, and I really do appreciate that. I know not everybody can be. I certainly don't expect everybody to be here for every stream, and I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we're on. I do appreciate every moment. Ungame Thunder Dragon 3, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Cali King 916 from Sacramento is here as well. When we look at Matt and Mouse, this channel has also gotten into 1,700 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they did one. There's Jason. And then hopefully we'll see more of that. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. And then Butler Family Farm, thank you for coming back in. So we're going to take a break now, but we'll just go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. I'm going to go check if Crafty Witch 232 is ready to go. We'll set up our raid, and they'll give us an opportunity to continue connecting. And then we'll come back with a few more channels. right, we're just about back, and we got a few more channels to look at. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now. I dropped a link because Crafty Witch 232, who was here earlier, is now live. So we'll go over there and raid. We try to do that often so that we can meet new creators, and Crafty Witch 232 is somebody who will encourage us to make new friends while we're in their chat so we can continue doing what we're doing here. And thank you, So Blaz. So what we're looking at right now, Canadian Family Life, comes from New Brunswick. This creator is Tiffany. Her whole family gets involved in the channel. Her husband's got his own channel as well called Chris's Creation Fun. You can look up. Canadian Family Life is going to bring us food bank grocery hauls, cooking videos, sometimes even challenges between husband and wife, Happy Meal videos, lots of shout outs for other creators. They've done a bit of vlogging even lately, and they brought us some of that over the Christmas season as well. They've been doing a lot of cooking where they're trying to make things that are otherwise found, like they did McDonald's chicken nuggets. They did these things that I've seen at TGI Fridays. They've got an impeccable container garden that I talk about all the time. You got to see this thing. And then Tiffany's husband Chris works on the grow lights and some solar equipment and 3D printing and everything else. When we look at Canadian Family Life, they post frequently, usually at least once a week, usually more than that actually. And then shorts on this channel feature more variety, but these have started to move it to 3,000 views on one of them, 2,800, 2,500. I think that's a new one, the lightning bugs. I might have said that the other day. And then 5,600 on one, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. Now, Tiffany goes live occasionally. And when they do, this is another creator who can basically go live anytime she wants. She'll have a flood of support because she's out supporting other people all the time. One of the things I noticed about Canadian Family Life when she started coming into the Superchat family just over 2 years ago is that I was recognizing her on so many other people's live stream panel thumbnails, because she was collaborating with so many other people, which is a great way to grow your channel as well. She recently did, I guess it's not recent, but 8 months ago, she was part of that interview series with I Am Betty J Gathers. Yeah, that must have been even before Christmas, if I'm not mistaken. And then I Am Betty J Gathers did a bunch more interviews, but Tiffany's been featured on dozens and dozens and dozens of channels. One of the fastest growing channels here in the Tuber Chat family, getting to her 3,000 in just barely over a year, which was great to see. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Canadian Family Life, of course, is a beloved and dedicated member and moderator. So like I say about all of our moderators, you'll be able to meet more friends and family members when you're in any of her premieres or live streams. And then we're going to see a brand new channel right now, The Real Martin 1998.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
So this brand new channel right now just has a few subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They'll be thinking about their first 100 soon enough. It looks like they're repurposing a little bit of content, which is great to see. I'm going to take one of the latest videos. I'll take the latest one, actually. I'll put that into my watch later list. Like I say, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I'll do is put that in my watch later list, and after the stream today, go through that watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I put the raid away. get the link again. CraftyWitch232 is already on, so we'll go over there and say hello, and she'll let everybody keep connecting the same way we are here. So Soblez is still coming up. The source is up right now. This is another creator who just came into the Tuber Chat family a couple months ago and has been sending over friends frequently, which is great to see. And then hopefully everybody understands them. When you go over there, you're going to meet new friends. They're actually mostly focused, it seems, on connecting creators, but we get a chance to get to know the creator as well, and they bring more variety in their videos. I'm going to take this beach ocean view video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get another piece of content watched. When we get into live streams, we see that they're on frequently. They've got one coming up a few days from now, but they've been on frequently, including yesterday. They've been interviewing a lot of people as well. They've been doing this 5 questions. So for anybody that wants their channel to grow, I would connect with this creator, get to know them a little bit, and possibly even get featured on their channel. And then the source is working on 1,800 subscribers already, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. But the source, I really do appreciate the friends that you're sending over, because it's usually by surprise. It's not even when they're here. Like, somebody will come in and say, oh, the source sent me over. And you know, in a lot of cases, we don't just want to run into people's live streams and just say like, hey, new friend from Superchat and stuff like that. We don't want to do it in the comments. But it is great to know where somebody has come from when they connect with you. So it seems to be tactfully done, and I appreciate that. So Bless is up on the screen.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
I see some yarn on this channel. I see some dollar store ideas, Dollar Tree product tests, and Dollar Tree hauls. That's one that we do have in Canada, is Dollar Tree. So Blez is a brand new channel. Now, again, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take one of your latest videos, this 6-minute video. I'm going to put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really was not expecting today to be as busy as it was. It was overwhelmingly busy, and I really do appreciate that. But please forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. Some days we're able to get to many more, and we'll see what happens 3 days from now when we're back. I will probably move the streams an hour later, because 5 o'clock's a little bit tight for me Eastern. I'll have to move them to 6, but we'll see how that goes. And thank you everybody. I hope everybody here will connect with our moderators. I know I've talked about them a lot today, but these streams wouldn't be what they are, and this channel wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for their help. So I hope you'll connect with all of them. They are incredibly generous creators, all on their own channels. Let's go over to CraftyWitch232. We can keep the conversation going and meet new friends over there and watch some creativity. She's a great friend and a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. In the meantime, hopefully we'll see you there, and if not, we'll see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding, day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first to thousands, up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.